On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Wednesday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, to the name Wednesday. Boy, may I tell you, a trying Wednesday for many out there who is mourning the loss of a loved one due to the hands of these criminal elements. So we're going to talk about a pressing issue, a story that has rocked Jamaica left, right and center, whether you're living on the island or in the diaspora. I'm pretty sure this is one that is much to talk about. And then of course, we're going to get into other stories. So the story, of course, of which I'll be speaking on is that triple knockings and clappings that resulted in the loss of life of 3 persons of one family, a mother, a father, and a 16-year-old child, that took place over there in the St. Catherine North Police Division, a place known as WaterLoo, St. Catherine. Now that triple knockings and clappings have raised the eyebrows of many. So we're going to hear first from the police, the senior superintendent in charge of the Constabulary Communications Unit. Then, of course, we're going to get into the meat of the matter. So listen.
So what we know so far, that sometime after 3 today, citizens reportedly hearing explosions in the area. And they made some checks sometime after 5 where they saw the bodies of 3 individuals from their community and alerted the police. On arrival, the police saw the bodies of 3 individuals, 2 males and a female. From all indication, they are family. It must appear to be a mother, a father, and a son. The son has been identified as a 16-year-old student, Orlando Wellington, of the Inwood High School in St. Catherine. Both parents, one work at an auto parts place in Spanish Town, and the other work as a cashier at a supermarket. What we are trying to ascertain now is what could have been the motivation behind this particular incident. They are using whatever lines of inquiries that they are following to see if they can actually put bits and pieces of this investigation together. Not much is known now, so the members of the scenes of crime are there processing the scene. The investigation is being led by detectives from the Major Investigation Division, and that is done in collaboration with the investigators from the St. Catherine North Division. So they are hoping that sooner or later they may have some concrete information that can even inform the arrest of some persons. Based on what they are saying and looking at the scene, it's a little different from the normal scenes that they have seen, in that the female, based on information that they gather from the relatives, is said to be pregnant. But they also noticed that the hands of the victims were bound, and that, based on their experience as senior investigators, suggests a direction that they should be looking in terms of the investigation. But they're a very competent team of investigators are on this case, and I think the effort right now is to see how best they can find the person or persons responsible so that they can get some closure for the family. A lot of persons are mourning. We're just into the back to school time now, and the school has lost a student. So we really want to appeal to individuals. We're of the opinion that there might be persons in the community who are aware of who the perpetrators may be, And we would love for them to give us the information, whatever information they have, so that we can arrest those persons individually as quickly as possible. Because when you have those persons at large, one of the things that you see in cases like these is the whole question of reprisal. So we want to act very quickly to take the matter into our own and to have the investigators treat with the matter. So if you know who the persons are, we'd really want them to report the matter to the police so we can deal with it, because when it is done otherwise, then we continue to see this cycle of killing and reprisal. So whatever information you have, there are avenues out there that you can make these reports and be anonymous. You can call Crime Stop at 311. You can call the NIB helpline hotline at 811. You can actually go to the detectives at Spanish Town. If you're not feeling comfortable going to Spanish Town, you can actually make your way to Kingston at the NCB South Tower. That's where you have the CIB headquarters as well as the headquarters for the Major Investigation Division. So we want to do a lot of work. You would have seen in the past and in recent time that once the police have the right information, we will solve the cases, and we'd really love to solve this one as quickly as possible.
Now, my peeps, that bit of information basically gave you a synopsis of what had taken place and who had lost their lives. Now on your screen is the family of 3 that was brutally and viciously taken out by criminal elements over there in WaterLoo, St. Catherine. Now the father is said to be a 43-year-old Omar Wellington, a sales representative. And the mother said to be a 35-year-old Sharon Francis Wellington, who is also heavily pregnant at the time when she met her untimely demise. And the son, a 16-year-old student known as Orlando Wellington. Now I'm pretty sure everyone I wonder what really go on, why them name them food and deal with them in such a type of way. But I will most definitely get into that shortly. Now on your screen is a list of criminal elements that the police have placed out there and asking you, the general public, to help them to locate these criminal elements. But I want you to pay close attention to the first 2 names that I will be calling. Now the list comprises of a man known as Demar Williams, otherwise known as Kai Kai or Baby Killer. Note that name. The next name is Othniel Loban, otherwise known as Tickman. Take note of that name. The others, a man only known as Buffy, a man only known as Richie, a man only known as Negos, who is said to be overseas, a man only known as Blacks, who is also said to be overseas, and a man only known as Gaza or Gaza man. So them man there, the police say, responsible for the brutal knockings and clappings there of the family of 3. And not only did they can them up, their hands were also bounded and them throat bust wide open like a goat. So you know the man them deal with the situation a certain type of way. So now, I could go back to the first 2 names. This brother here presently on your screen, Demar Williams, otherwise known as Kai Kai. Now, Kai Kai is a wanted man. He's one of the escapees from Black River a few months ago, and he's still on the run and still committing these wicked and brutal crimes. So this brother here is definitely wanted dead. Yeah, man. This next man I presently on your screen, known as Othniel Loban, otherwise known as Tickman. The key man, the instrumental factor in that triple knockings and clappings. Now, why those three persons were targeted? The female, who is known as Sharon Wellington, is the sister of another criminal rival of Othniel Loban, aka Tickman. Her brother is known as Blacks, said to be the Don for the era of WaterLoo. So it's a friends turn enemies type of situation where Blacks, her brother, and Thickman is a part of the criminal enterprise, the criminal organization known as the One Order Gang that is based in Spanish Town. They are affiliated with the Jamaica Labour Party. Yeah, man. So you have clans in a Spanish Town, affiliation, the People's National Party, and One Order, affiliation, the Jamaica Labour Party. So it's an internal feud between gang members from the One Order Gang. Yeah, man. So her brother, Blacks and Tickman, is at loggerheads over the control of the community of WaterLoo. So they basically made an example of the sister and her family to send a strong message. Say, I don't know, joke business, a guan, deso. And I'm pretty sure wherever Blacks is, that message was well received. Now, for the ones and ones them living in that community, you know, say, all hell broke loose right now. And reprisal is a must. Yeah, man. It's just a matter of time for it to happen. It's not a if, but or suppose. It's just a matter of time. Now, another controversial figure for one to look for. A brother who lives abroad among you, the diaspora, lives in Philly, that goes by the name of Roto. Now, this controversial figure is somewhere in the mix. Roto is somewhere in the mix of things because Roto, a One Order man, also wants to be the supreme leader of the One Order Gang. So probably, just probably, he has a hand in getting out the family members of Blacks, because Blacks are the man pan the ground who have the soldiers them under theme wings. The regular soldiers them in the streets not really too know Roto, and who know him not really too rate him. They more rate Blacks. So Roto is hell-bent on getting out anyone in the One Order who has a strong stance, or basically them have them feet grounded in terms of the actions of the foot soldiers in the One Order. So Roto is definitely to be looked at. Also, so my peeps, I want to mark my words. Today, Wednesday, the 6th of September 2023. You see, if these two criminal elements, Demar Williams, aka Kai Kai, and Othniel Loban, aka Thickman, is not caught and dealt with in the harshest way possible by the security forces, all hell are gonna break loose in a Spanish Town. And as always, my peeps, are the regular members of Chant Public, feel the greater part of the pinch of these criminals when them go all out war against each other. Remember what happened when Klansman broke apart, and one side say black man and the other side say Tesha Miller. Who felt it most? The regular members of Chan Public. And it will be no different now that you have higher heads in the one another going at each other. They are at loggerheads presently. The general public is the one who is going to feel it most. So if you don't know which part them two criminal element that they and anybody will hide them, push them out for your own safety, because anywhere they are, you best believe death and destruction will follow. So again, a word to the wise. Give the police the necessary information to locate these criminal elements. And as always, if you not trust the police, link on the Spot News Media. And if you never rate on the spot like that, link the vlogger that you most trust that can pass the information on to the authorities who can make effective change. And let's get back Spanish Town to a level of serenity. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscasts. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.